Running an online business requires passion, knowledge, and a lot of dedication. Adding the complexities of setting up and managing hosting for your website piles on more work when you already have so many plates spinning. Whether you manage one WordPress website or dozens, Kinsta's managed solutions give you access to a platform that's optimized for the fastest speed, has enterprise-grade security features, and is powered by an intuitive custom dashboard with everything you need to manage your sites efficiently. Plus, Kinsta provides human-only WordPress expert support, which is available 24/7, 365 to assist with even the most complex sites. Forget frustrating AI chatbots. Kinsta gives you complete peace of mind by ensuring that your WordPress sites are always online, secure, and performing at their best. Start your journey with Kinsta today and get your first month free. Don't have time to migrate your site? Kinsta takes care of everything for you. Learn more at kinsta.com/podcast. That's KINSTA.com/podcast.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? I am Mr. D.R.E on the mic, and I got with me my boy. He's back. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is B-Mac. What's going on, baby?
You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is, dog. I'm so glad to be back, dog. To be back here with you, man, and on this microphone, man, ready to drop some pressure.
Some pressure. I hear you. So, man, you know, we was talking about, we made a joke of your sabbatical.
Yeah,
about
man.
what you was trying to do and everything. Of course, you know, we told everybody that it was false.
Oh, man, I say, but this
yeah.
boy tried to get me home. Boy tried to get all kind of things done to me, man. I say, what this man tried to do to my life?
Hey, man, listen, I was thinking about doing something, I was thinking about actually extending that segment a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, I'm not sure when people cut off. And, you know, I know some of us, I'm not going to say who, but some of us, we have tempers, you know. Once we hear certain key things, we out. You know, we got to get this thing taken care of. So
Yeah.
I did want you to come back in one piece. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
man. I'm glad I did come back in one piece, man. Probably ain't been heard. That's why, yeah. It probably ain't been listened to, boy, because it ain't no phone, ain't rain, no nothing. That's okay. You know what I'm saying?
she
Ain't listen to it yet or something like that. But I said, this boy definitely trying to get me, boy,
Hey, you know,
back on the market.
Listen, sometimes it's good that women don't, your woman don't interfere with your work, you know. So, you know, if they not in your work like that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's pros and cons. You know, I'm a brother that like to try to look at things on both sides of the spectrum.
True. I understand that. But listen, man. So look, I was thinking about the show, you know, and getting ready for the show, and I always have my TV going on while I'm thinking, you know, because I'm not one of those persons, you know, one of those people that can just sit in quiet.
Yeah.
A lot. I need something going on, you know. I don't know if you like that, but I need some notes. Oh, you the opposite.
Yeah, I love silence, bro.
You love silence?
Yeah, man.
Nah, I need something because the silence becomes deafening.
See, well, no, I mean, and I'm kind of scared to say this because people gonna think I'm crazy, dog. But even I be hearing voices.
I hear voices.
You feel what I'm saying? But no, but like I spend a lot of time by myself, man, because I learned so much about myself, bro, in those quiet hours. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. Like I said again, people don't think I'm crazy. Please don't think I'm crazy. But like, man, I really do be, man. I check in with myself, bro. Like I really be checking in with myself, like really making sure that I'm really grounded, bro. I'm standing 10 toes down. So like I do a checkup with myself, bro. Like, man, just really like, bro, like, how am I doing, bro? Like, where are some of the things like I know I need to improve on, some of the things that you know what I mean, I know I'm slacking on.
Right.
I mean, what are some ways? And like, I'm always trying to find ways to kind of like improve myself in my situation in life, because I ain't quite where I really want to be. So if I ain't there, then I mean, I ain't really got time to not to be trying to improve myself to get there.
I feel you. I mean, you know, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, as you say, checking in with yourself and everything like that. As a matter of fact, I think that's why I like the noise, because I tend to think too much. And you know, it's not good.
Yeah,
for
I
me
mean,
all the time.
too much of anything is not a good thing. You know?
Right. So, you know, I'm not one to, you know, I got to have something going on. But anyway, I was looking at I was looking at the show, you know, just thinking about what we could talk about for the show. Kind of, you know, just thinking. Anyway, on the TV was this show called Bizarre Foods. Have you ever heard of it?
Bizarre Foods, is that where they go around eating like
with Andrew Zimmerman? Yeah. And I was just like, you know, it's absolutely one of my favorite shows, you know, because he goes all around the world trying different things, you know,
man, stuff that still be alive sometimes.
Man, listen, it's like he'll take a mule and cut into the mule and say, you know, this meat's pretty good, you know. He do crazy stuff like that, but you know, on the episode I was looking at, man,
get the steak right off the mule.
Man, I'm telling you. But so the episode I was watching, and he's done it before, but this time he had I don't know, he has this love affair with testicles. So, you know,
pause.
Yo, that's him. He likes to
heavy
eat.
Pause.
He likes to eat testicles. I don't know. So on this episode, he had some dried, it's almost like a jerky. He made it like a jerky, but it was reindeer nuts. I kid you not, man. He has some reindeer nuts, and this dude just has a way of describing what he's eating. You know, he's like, you know, it's a little gamey. You know, you can take, and you can tell what they've been eating. They have a very strict diet. It's very clean what they're eating, you know. But I mean, absolutely great. It's so good. It's, you know, people ought to get used to, you know, if I told people that this was pork chops, they would believe. I mean, he says stuff like this, but this dude was eating dried reindeer nuts. I mean, it's just what it is. So I'm for real. But so it got me to thinking, right? So, man, listen, but it got me to thinking. What is the craziest? Please don't tell me it got
you thinking eating reindeer nuts.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be eating nobody nuts, but but it got me. But it did get me thinking. Like, what's the craziest thing you've ever eaten, man?
Not no reindeer nuts.
Man, he done ate Rudolph up his piece, boy. But listen.
Oh, what's the craziest thing I
ever
ate?
Because, you know, we are in the South. You know, there's some of us that has had, you know.
Ah, man, the craziest thing I have ever eaten. Food.
Well, yeah, we're going to keep it at food.
Okay.
We G-rated.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know, bro. I don't really experiment with food like that.
So
no, I'm not a big experiment food eater. If something just don't look like, if it don't look appealing to me, like I can't eat it. Like I'll never see myself eating like octopus or squid or anything like that, unless it's like it's been prepared to where I don't know what it is.
Wow. Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
Like I can't know what that is. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when I think of a squid, it's like I don't want to eat that. I don't want to put that in my mouth. But then it's like, well,
hey.
Like I don't know. I can't. I don't go around just eating a whole bunch of different stuff.
I don't know. You know, the craziest thing I've seen people eat to this day is chitlins. I don't see how people do chitlins.
I guess gizzards.
Gizzards? See, I love gizzards.
I love gizzards too, but like we all know what that stuff is.
Yeah, I can do gizzards. I think the craziest thing I've had is probably raccoon. I ate some raccoon before. That's probably because I'm not one of those.
Bro, I had some brothers. Like I said, if y'all know a little small town called Apopka, right? That's why I was born and raised, bro. We had these neighbors, dog.
They got down, bro.
We had these neighbors check me out, bro. They would catch, shoot, skin, and grill anything.
Oh yeah?
You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Bro, I've never, in all my living of life, never seen nobody except for these people over this stay right across the street, but they was like old drunks under the tree type. You feel what I'm saying, guys? But everybody got back in the hood, bro. Y'all got that one tree in the hood that where all the old folks go,
right?
And be up under with the 24 packs of Bush and that Natty Ice and that Natty Daddy. But man, they shot and killed a possum.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What?
A possum?
Listen, I've seen
a possum
much worse than that, bro.
A possum.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, I've seen people eat roadkill. You know what I mean? Like they hit it, and they're like, "Well, we ain't gonna let this meat go to waste." So,
you know what? I tried gopher.
Now that's.
Bro, a very
that's
long
new to
time
me.
ago, gopher. And if I'm not mistaken, and it's like, I think that's what they are, the big turtles.
I
think they call gopher.
No, the turtle is the turtle. You know, the gopher is kind of like almost like a rodent. They build dams and stuff.
Let me check something out right quick.
So you had some turtle soup. You had some.
I think that would be the craziest.
So snapping turtle?
No, I ain't want no snapper turtle. The one I said again, one of the turtles you get off the side of the road. A big old turtle too.
Yeah, that ain't no gopher.
Hold on 1 second. let me look something up right quick. You know where you got to go when you trying to look for something. Google.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that there. That's what we do.
Yeah, a gopher tortoise.
Oh, a gopher tortoise. Yo, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I ain't never heard of a gopher tortoise.
Yeah, gopher. Like Miss Connie, cousin. Gopher.
Yeah.
I do I want tripping, bro. It's like a gopher tortoise. Yeah, look it up, y'all. Yeah, I had that before.
So how was it?
It was all right. It was.
Was it clean?
Tough.
It was tough.
Like
it was tough.
Like real chewy. Like,
did it taste like gizzard? Tough like it? No.
That was stupid long ago, bro. I can't even give you the any kind of similarity taste to it. Kind of like, bro. Now I'm thinking about it, bro. I tried a few crazy stuff. Bro. I had a coworker put me on some frog legs.
Yo, I love frog legs.
Oh God,
boy, listen.
And I was just about to say that's
legs?
what gopher remind me of when I tried
the frog legs. Then they must be good. Yeah.
It reminded me of something like frog legs, bro.
Man,
I tried frog legs, but
I will mess a Chinese restaurant up right now who got some frog legs, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh my, it's better than chicken, man. For real, it's
maybe
better
healthier
than chicken,
but
it
talking about as far as taste,
I'm telling you.
Hey, you must be mixed with something else, but that must be whatever you mix with side of you.
I'm mixed with that sriracha sauce or something. Hey, yo, we'll be right back with some more. All right, stay tuned. All right. We're back with the show. Listen, we're in trending news, man. It has been, how should I say? It has been a very busy week. I don't know if you know or not. I don't know how much of the news you pay attention to.
Very little to none.
Yeah, but it's been a very busy week. So apparently, the CEO of United Healthcare got gunned down in New York City. Yeah, you didn't hit. See, I can tell you don't watch the news or even watch your timeline.
The
CEO, his name is Mr. Thompson. I think it's Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, got gunned down in New York.
You saying that like it sounds like something behind it.
Oh, bruh, you don't know? Oh, it's a lot behind it. So apparently, he was coming out of his hotel room, walking in the street, and this masked man just came behind him with a silencer and shot him. They said one time in the calf, shot him in the back. I guess he had gun trouble, and as the dude was on the ground, he shot him a few other times, and then just walked off.
Tell me it was a setup without telling me it was a setup.
Man, listen, who do that? He was sitting there waiting on him. They got footage of it. You need to check out the footage.
Mhm.
This has been, man, I'm telling you, this is a crazy moment right now. So everybody's saying the same thing. What caused this? You know, some people are thinking is it something to do with his family, or is it something to do with the business at hand? Personally, I think it's something to do with the business at hand.
Yeah, that's financial.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
I'm put it like this. I'm like 85%. No, I'm gonna say about 93% leaning on financial.
Okay.
Maybe another 3%, maybe infidelity or something like that.
So what we gonna do?
Other percentages.
You're going to sign these papers. Well, let me think about it.
No, I will not sign these papers. This is not beneficial for my people.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. You ain't got to sign them.
We appreciate you for your time.
Yeah. That's all you heard. That's all you heard.
That was the last thing he heard.
That's
That was the last
but
thing
listen,
my boy heard.
Here's the thing
That's
that gets me
messed
though. Okay, this is the CEO of United Healthcare, one of the biggest businesses in the insurance game.
Yeah.
If not the biggest.
Not the biggest.
How do you not have security?
I don't know, but I mean,
that's crazy.
But hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you one thing about people who got money, but they want you gone, boy. You're gone.
You're gone.
I remember it was not. This is probably around about 2020, maybe 2021. Boeing, the airline, was getting ready to get sued by a pilot. He mysteriously ended up coming up missing.
What? The pilot who was getting ready to sue Boeing disappeared?
Disappeared. Without a trace. A whole man, a grown man, just
maybe he just wanted to get his life together.
Hey man, right before your trial date.
Yo, for real? How did I miss that story?
Right before your trial date?
Before he got to tell it all.
Let me see if I can find this.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy.
Yeah, the pilot was going to sue. And before he could go to trial, stand trial. Boeing said they ain't trying to lose no more money.
They said, well, I don't know why he didn't come into work today. I'm not sure. I hope he's okay. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna find this story. Let me see if I can find it.
Unbelievable. While you're looking at that, let me just go into some other news. This news story tripped me out. So, have you ever heard of McCall, South Carolina? McCall, South Carolina. It's a town called McCall, South Carolina.
No.
So I don't know why this story isn't getting any press. This is almost a say what story. Say what? It's one of them. What? It is one of them. I'm telling you. So apparently late November, I think either right before Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving, the police department as a whole resigned. Everybody resigned. Now it is a small town, so it's like 5 police officers that make up the whole police department.
Small like Denmark, small?
Like small, yeah.
Denmark, small.
I don't know how small Denmark is, but
Denmark, small.
If you got 5 police officers for your whole department, you can't be too big. I'm just saying.
It's a handful of y'all over there.
Okay. The whole little cluster, y'all. So the whole department resigned. This was like either right before Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving. Okay. Afterwards, so they resigned because, quote, it was a hostile work environment by a councilman, and then even more than that, the ex-police chief, the one before the one who resigned just recently, who resigned in June, he resigned stating the same thing. He resigned because it was a hostile work environment, but he named the mayor, Mayor Gardner. That's his name, Mayor Gardner, mayor of McCall, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's already crazy by itself. Mm-hmm. It gets even crazier though. So the mayor ends up in a high-speed chase with the police. I am not kidding. He ends up in a high-speed chase with the police. And so during the high-speed chase, he goes over into another lane, hits an 18-wheeler, and is killed. So now the police department is gone. The mayor is killed of the town. And here's what they said caused the police chase. They didn't say, now it comes out that he's under investigation or was under investigation. The mayor. But the police who were chasing him said they were not trying to chase him because he did anything wrong. They were trying to chase him down to protect him. I kid you not. You can't make this story up.
Protect him from what?
We don't know. All they said was he was under investigation. He was under state investigation. And after he had the fatal wreck, they said, well, we weren't chasing him because he did anything wrong. We were chasing him because we were trying to protect him. You can't make it up. You cannot make this up.
I'm confused.
I think everybody who hears this story is confused.
I mean,
so
yeah, they was trying to get rid of the man.
Man, listen. We was just talking about United Healthcare. This sounds like a Lifetime movie in the making.
All of this sounds like a Lifetime.
The mayor loses his police department, and so then I'm trying to figure out, well, what police was chasing him?
If all your police were,
if all of them were, so it had to be from, I guess, the city police or something like that. And for you to chase him down to say you were trying to protect him, I guess he don't know it's protection.
How would he not know he's being protected by the police?
Yeah, exactly. And then this is my personal opinion. I believe he killed himself. That's what I believe. I believe they had a lot of stuff on him, because if you go over into another lane and you smash, you don't clip the 18-wheeler. You go head on to it. That sounds like you trying to end your life. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, don't go out like that.
Yeah, so it's
crazy though.
That, man, it is ridiculous.
You can't become too powerful out here in the world today, man.
What?
You start. I mean, you mess with that hornet's nest, boy. Rattle up that hornet's nest, boy. You might be looking for something, boy. You ain't been thinking what's going to happen to you.
This is a week of the first 48.
But that's crazy though. That is. Sound like some Final Destination.
Boy, listen, it's crazy. Did I tell the people that the GTO, or the grown and throwed off topic for today, is why is there so much violence in America? So we're gonna be talking about that on today, but it's just, man, listen, we're in the twilight zone, dude. We are in the twilight zone, and I'm not gonna blame Trump for this.
Oh man, don't blame Donald Trump, man.
I'm not gonna blame Trump for this, but CEOs getting killed, the mayors getting killed and investigated.
Sound like a video game to me.
But what was that?
Grand Theft Auto. They're dropping a new one, so they probably just trying to prepare everybody for it.
Man, I don't know, but it is crazy. I guess in light news, if you want to call it light news, well, it is light news compared to everything that we've heard on today.
Yeah, especially that crazy story.
Yeah. So, did you do any Black Friday shopping?
Did I do any? No, I ain't do no shopping.
You didn't do no shopping?
No, and that's crazy. And I probably shouldn't have said that on air, because that mean I ain't got my no gift yet.
Well, see, all you got to do is spend it. Be like, I thought you was worth more than just some cheap discount. you know, you my lady. It doesn't matter how much it costs in order to, you know,
Yeah, that
make sure
sounds
you're good.
Yeah, that sounds good. She's she ain't like materialistic.
But I mean, that's what I'm gonna say because I ain't got my woman neither.
Hey man,
So
Merry
not
Christmas.
yet. It's on the way, baby. It is on the way. I promise you.
Don't hold your breath.
So, but so listen, Black Friday went down. Apparently, with all the inflation, with everybody scared of what's going to happen with the economy, it set records.
Yeah, they ain't gonna never not set records on Black Friday.
It set records. Now, here's what they said: the stores didn't see that much. They saw a slight increase. I think it was like a 0.5 maybe, but online sales rose 15%. They cleared $11 billion for Black Friday. Before Cyber Monday, Black Friday alone.
That sounds about right.
$11 billion.
But ain't nobody got no money.
Everybody broke.
Everybody ain't got no money.
Everybody concerned about the economy.
Hey,
that's what they said.
But the world out here spending $11 billion.
11 bill with a B. 11 billion. Now, I don't know who these people are, but I'm a little concerned. So I don't have money to just float like that, and I don't get paid like that. But
maybe those Black Friday deals really be those deals on wheels.
Man, I don't know, man.
Well, I guess if it makes sense, what most people think about getting stuff when they think about Black Friday. What most people, when I think about Black Friday,
the TV.
That's what the TV.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Is that a black thing that we just focus on the TV, man?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm going to upgrade next year around this time.
That brand new 75-inch. They got it on sale for $600.
Okay, man, listen.
But them TVs, so you think about it, man. Everybody want them TVs. But I can't even, let me not flag on Black Friday, though, because, like, those deals, bro, you talking about, like, 50 inch, 60 inch, bro. You talking about a few $100.
Yeah.
People talking about seeing 75, some seeing 80 inches, bro, for less than $1,000.
Well, I was looking at, I'm always looking at information on YouTube, at news, all kind of stuff. So they were talking about how people are like, what's the next step? Because like everybody has a 60 inch, 70 inch. So now people are looking at getting 75, 85, 90 inch TVs, and they're running about, they said it's their cheapest, it's as cheap as it's ever been. You get like the biggest screen, I forget what the biggest screen is at the moment, but it was for like 16 to 2,500.
Bro, Target, hey man, we pushing out them 80 inches.
Yeah.
No, well, they all gone now,
but hey.
But I think the smallest we got back there in the house now, 75 inches.
Everybody liking them.
Me personally, man, I don't know why you just won't just turn your whole damn wall into a screen. Just get a projector.
Bruh, that's what I'm talking about.
If you need anything bigger than what you got on your wall, man, you might just get a projector.
You can get a projector for like what, $40?
Hey man,
what I mean?
Hey, get that HD.
Hook it up to your phone.
Hey,
you good.
Hey, and your whole wall is a screen.
Okay. Hey, I got the end. Never mind. About to have to say pause on that one. Anyway, listen, we'll be right back with some. All right. We're back. B-Mac, it's been a while since you've been here. How you feeling, Mac?
Man, I feel good.
You feel good?
I feel good.
Feeling good? That's good. So, I was anticipating this next one. So, let's just go ahead and kick it off. So, this is Say What?
Say What?
Man, listen, I can't even, I normally like to talk about the Say What segment, but I can't even do this justice, so I'm just gonna let it play, and we gonna talk about it afterwards.
Remember, the Little Rascals, the mischief-making gang, was a staple of children's television in the 50s and remains a pop culture phenomenon today. Now the name is actually being used by the FBI to describe a trio of kid bank robbers. As Stephen Fabian reports, one is just 11 years old.
They're being called the Little Rascals bank robbers. The FBI says these kids, ages 11, 12, and 16, just pulled off a bank heist during spring break from school. Authorities say the boys passed a threatening note to the teller at a Wells Fargo bank in Houston. Then they ran off with an undisclosed amount of cash. Even the FBI was taken aback. Recognize these little rascals? Believe it or not, they just robbed a bank.
Now we're all in a jam.
The Little Rascals was the classic black and white comedy series that generations of Americans have enjoyed. Cops say after the Wells Fargo photos were released, the parents of two of the youngsters came forward and turned their sons in.
They call them the Little Rascals gang. There's nothing lighthearted about this crime.
I spoke to former FBI investigator Bill Daly.
If police were to get into the bank, no matter how young a perpetrator might be, and if they posed a threat to them, something bad could happen.
All three juveniles have been charged.
Okay, so listen, it's not funny, but this is unbelievable. That was courtesy of Inside Edition. So here we are. Apparently, we got three bank robbers.
11,
16, and 12. Yeah. That robbed
Wells Fargo.
Shame
on
Fargo.
You, Wells Fargo.
And don't they normally have security guards and stuff like that?
Top flight security of the world, Craig.
I was just
That's
saying.
what they need. They need Craig and Day Day.
Boy, listen. 11, let this sink in, people. 11, 12, and 16 robbed a Wells Fargo.
And got away.
And here's the kicker. It don't say they had weapons.
No weapons, just with a note.
They just put in a note. Gave the teller a note.
I wonder what the note said.
Shoot.
What would the note say? I mean, like, but there's been grown men who use that has used that same tactic though.
Yeah.
That failed miserably.
It don't. So I'm trying to fix this, and this is coming from the FBI in Houston.
The FBI.
Not even the regular police department.
For the Little Rascal gang.
For the Little Rascal gang.
11, 12, and 16.
Cannot believe it.
Say what?
This is unbelievable.
FBI.
How do you listen? First of all, I got so
and
many
there was
questions.
no weapons.
I got so many questions. How what made you decide today? You know what? Let's try to rob this bank. Let's see if they'll give us some money.
Hey man, you know, back in the day we played cops and robbers.
Man,
they played cops and robbers for real.
I mean,
hey, they done took that game to a whole other level, boy. I ain't never played that game
Speaking
before.
of Grand Theft Auto, man, what in the world? So the teller gave them the money, and they just walked out.
Hey, I guess they figured they'd get caught eventually.
It's crazy. And then, but how did they get caught though?
Surveillance.
And they mom and they daddy turned them in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can't even lie. If I was their parent, I would have did the same.
If I'm their parent,
I'm turning you in.
Look,
I know I got some homies all mine, but he'll be like, man, B, man, you green, but I'm gonna keep it a buck.
You would turn them in?
Boy, I'm like, Pops, you ain't gonna bring that heat over into my house. Cause for one, I ain't raised you to be that way. Two, I mean, you making my block hot.
Listen, I got it. I understand, and quite honestly, listen.
They go try to put that on me.
I'm gonna turn them in, but I'm gonna have some questions, like for real. I'm gonna be like, what kind of establishment is this that would actually listen? Look, I'm not one to be deflecting blame.
The best I could do is get you the best lawyers the money can buy.
But if you tell me my 11-year-old son robbed a bank with his 12-year-old and 16-year-old friend,
I wouldn't believe it.
And you couldn't stop it, and you ain't had no weapons,
I wouldn't believe it.
It just don't. I would have like, okay, they did wrong, but boy, I'm gonna be looking at y'all
like how? I mean, like, because y'all can't sit here and say like, bro, like, honestly, bro, you can look it up probably in public records right now to where people have literally attempted bank robbery.
I'm telling you, and me being, listen, I don't want to bring race into this, but I got to. Me being a black man, I don't think I can just walk up in the bank with no weapon and say, "Give me your money," and they'd be like, "On a note."
I ain't even used my voice.
You know, I ain't even went Samuel L. on them. Give me your doggone money. I ain't even did none of that. You know, it's just I just walk in there with a note and say, "Here you go."
The same thing you would do to the little girl that you like. Do you like me or not?
Right,
the
right.
Same thing you would do to her to the bank.
I'm telling you, it's just, man, this story is crazy. And so then when we actually looked at some other videos, because I was like, this can't be. There got to be some more to this. So when we looked up the other videos, the only thing that was talked about was, should the parents be held responsible?
No. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I don't think the parents should be held responsible. You know what I mean? I don't. Let me clarify this too. I know when you're the parent, you're pretty much the guardian of that parent.
Right.
Like I get that. I do.
Uh-huh.
But just to answer the question, if someone's asking me to be like, "Hey Brian, do you think those parents should be held accountable for those? Your child's actions?"
Man,
I want to say no because I'm biased to like. I mean, if I was to have kids, the reason why I say that because it's like, if my parents I ain't never missed a meal. I got shoes on my feet, clothes on my back. Like my parents raised me right.
Right.
You know what I mean? They doing their best for me. You feel what I'm saying? Then no.
Right.
Not at all. Now if these parents, selling drugs, they kids ain't eating.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Now these kids feel like they got to do it by themselves because their parents ain't worth nothing. Then yeah, those parents should be held accountable. And I think they should put it like this. My answer would be this: I think there should be an investigation on the parents,
right, as to why,
like
they felt like they had to
these
rob a
kids
bank.
Had to do this. Like what's going on at home to make us think that? What's going on at home for your kids to? I would have never, in my days of living as a child,
exactly.
I wouldn't even want to steal a piece of bubble gum out of a convenience store, let alone talking about going into a bank.
Okay.
But my mama would kill me, dog.
Bruh. See, that's the problem. I don't, there's a lot of kids that don't have that fear in them no more.
But y'all get what I'm saying.
Oh no, mine probably, yeah. Play with it.
You gotta be using choice words carefully now these days. But back in those days, we was able to get, that tail cut.
Get down with it, boy. Hey.
Where parents didn't get in trouble for, discipline their children. Dog, my mama wasn't playing that
at all. Man, I remember.
What makes you think you grown enough to rob a bank? What you gonna do with the money? Buy some candy?
Okay. With a C note.
What you gonna do? What my thing? But what would a child do with the money that the parents can't do for you?
It's crazy. It's great. And so now here's one thing we know. It's pretty. I can be pretty. I can say with a surety almost that these parents are not those type of parents that we were talking about as far as selling drugs, things of that nature, not taking care of their kids. Because if they were those type of parents,
they wouldn't have turned them in.
Well, not even that. It would have been part of the story.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they would have told that, because it was, if I remember right, it was like 2 black kids and a white kid or something like that. But they would have told that story. Well, they took the money because they haven't eaten in a few days, and
their mom's on crack.
Their moms are crack. We got a single mother household, and so he was just trying to help the house.
Dad's abusive.
You would have heard all kind of stuff too. They would have almost made them. They would have called them, instead of the Little Rascals, they would have called them Robin Hoods.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? But there is no. I just don't see it, man. This story
is preposterous.
Is let me just say it like this. It is ludicrous. What we just heard on today.
For real.
Man, oh my goodness. Hey, give us your thoughts on today's Say What?
Say what?
We'll be back with the main topic. What's causing all the violence on today? All right, here we are. We're back. Oh, this has been a crazy, crazy show. That Say What got me kind of blown.
Throw it off on that.
Still, man, I got so many questions on that, man.
Yeah, man.
Just what they do with the money,
Yeah, where did the money go?
How did they escape? Did
they walk away?
You know what I mean? Did they just walk in the
nobody
street?
Notice a couple kids walking around with a large sack of money?
You know what I'm saying? And they went to Burger King or something, or just got a Whopper, and
I guarantee, I bet you they did something very, very, very extremely childish with that money, bro.
What do you think they might have did with it? Because I'm thinking, first thing, if I'm 11 and I just robbed the bank, and let's just say I got away with $10,000, man, I'm probably going to the corner store, load up on snacks.
What would I would have did back then? I was an 11-year-old. I think back then the new Nintendo had just came out.
Yeah.
So I probably would have definitely bought me a Nintendo 64 or a PlayStation.
But see, I wouldn't been able to do that because I know they're gonna ask where did you get the money to get this Nintendo 64?
Oh no, this ain't mine. This is what's name's on here. Let me hold it.
I'm like, hey, you gonna keep that over here? We gonna meet up and then we just all play it together, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I just.
I said it was a gift from somebody.
Well, see, that's what we would have did. But what do you think these new school kids do? Because they love
buy some drugs. No, I'm just playing.
You laughing, but shoot, boy, it might be.
Man, right now I think it still be
probably load up their Roblox?
No, Fortnite, man. Fortnite skins.
Yeah, the Fortnite. Yeah, they probably would have got something on
the little skins on Fortnite. You gotta spend money on real money on that stuff to get those skins.
Yeah, whatever game they got in their phone, they probably spending a whole bunch of money. They probably shopping on Amazon. They get some stuff delivered. They probably
eating.
Okay, going to order Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Oh man, they having a ball, man.
I'm gonna throw this even out here. I bet the parents spent some of that money before they turn.
You think
in.
so?
What?
I don't know.
Man, let my jit come in with all this money he ain't got away with. What do you think I'm about to turn all of that in?
They were like, so it was only 5,000 he came in with. Well, the bank said they got away with 20. Well, I don't know what happened to the other 15, but
hey, you feel what I'm saying? Hey. Hey.
But all I saw was 5,000. They must have dropped it or something.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna sit here and tell you no lie, because if my 11-year-old came in and say, well, first of all, we gonna take this here off the top right quick, but
okay.
You still got to you got to turn you in. You got to go.
Now
in.
You know that was wrong. Now
but,
you remember that time I took you to McDonald's when you want some McDonald's? I've been good to you all your life now. You
can just keep this between us.
Okay,
you already going down.
You on punishment, but if you want to lessen your, you need to shut it up.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're gonna have to use some of this money to get you a lawyer, but
okay.
Yeah,
I'm also gonna use some of this money to pay off the rest of my car.
Yeah,
I got
something
3 more payments.
Something getting paid for.
Listen, if anybody wants to donate to my pay off the car fund, I will gladly take it. Just holler at me, okay? Leave the comments at the bottom. Anyway, listen, we're gonna get into our main subject on today. It is a subject that I've been actually thinking about for the last 2 months, and really based on what we've all heard today. as far as the CEO getting gunned down of United Healthcare, the mysterious police chase that was taking place with the the mayor of McCall when they was only chasing him to protect him,
quote unquote.
Quote unquote. I mean, then you got the little rascals, 11-year-olds robbing banks and stuff. Here's the grown and throwed off topic of the day. Why is the violence in America so bad today? And I've been waiting about 2 weeks to do this part right here. So B-Mac, take it away.
Take it away, I shall. I'll give it my my opinion on this topic, and I definitely think this is, really get me thinking about a lot of stuff. And honestly, man, you know how we get down, how we rap, we talk about we could talk about this for a good little minute.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And first of all, let's just say, bro, there is not just no one core thing.
I agree.
You know what I mean? That brings about this kind of violence. Or any kind of violence, in my opinion. Being a person that, really, 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 man, I'm so far from being a violent person. Don't push me though.
Right.
But like I'm
cheese.
Hey, you feel what I'm saying?
Don't try me.
Cause I fight.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Very well.
But like I honestly feel like it's such a combination of things, bro, that goes into the violence. I'm gonna try to not make it too long and get some key points on to why. One of them that I have to agree with, these words aren't mine. It was from I said this name before on the podcast, Les Brown. Check him out. He had mentioned in one of his seminars where he said he don't believe the love of money is the root of all evil. He said the lack of money is the root of all evil.
Right.
And he was like, why? And he was like, oh, well, why would you say that, Les? Because people would kill for money. People would steal for it. People would commit all kind of...
Absolutely.
Actually, bro, look at the Jits for the Jits, for example. The Little Rascal games. You know, so finances, man. Trying to come up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Trying to come up. It's sad to see that, that's the method of trying to do such a thing, as far as like come up or get some extra money or whatever case like that, or any kind of justification for the act of violence. Other than the love of the sport. Cause I got a friend of mine that he that's what he do. He fight. He like being in the ring.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do respect. The art of fighting. But fighting and violence are two different things.
Exactly. I ain't got no problem with fighting. You know what
I mean? But the violence part, I'm man, next to finances, man, I'm gonna have to go ego.
Ego?
I think it's a lot of ego that get tossed around when I think about violence, man.
That makes a person pull out them things.
Hey, man, what? Man, listen. If how many people done heard or seen a story of a man may have, or a woman have come home and their significant other is doing something, bro. Like, well, it would speak more from a man's standpoint. Bro, that man ego is destroyed.
Yeah.
Along with a lot of other things. Not saying that's the only thing that gets destroyed when it comes down to this particular example. But when a man's ego or pride is being tested, bro, that would make a man act out violently.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
From a man's standpoint.
I didn't think about that.
Like if you attack a man's ego or his pride, bro, that's just like walking into a lion's den and expecting to take over his territory.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're gonna take that as, and I don't know why I ain't say this, bro. Disrespect, bro. It's people that'll die for their respect.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know what I mean? Disrespect to get people to act out violently too as well. So, I mean, so to answer the question, I just feel like, and dang, it is kind of like, now that I'm saying, talking to you right now, it's kind of crazy. Like, bro, we living in a very disrespectful world today.
Very.
I think,
very
so if I had to break
world.
it all the way down, man, after talking with you, bro, I'm going to have to narrow it all the way down to disrespect, bro. I just feel like we live in a very, very disrespectful world. And we got people who don't mind getting violent to prove, I mean, for their respect.
For that respect, for that pride.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, again, you have to literally break down a lot of these cases of these violent acts and stuff like that to really kind of like, to really get the core source of it.
Right.
I mean, because, you know, you have people who have grown up in abusive house homes. You know, they may have some kind of mental disorder to where, like, you know, they like their symptoms or their what's the word? Like their symptoms may be acting out, like maybe like violent acts,
right?
You know, like that. I've worked with in the mental health field for quite a, I say, man, out of 30 years of me, 36 years of me living on this earth, I say about 11 of them been with mentally ill or mentally challenged clients. So like, you know, you see a lot of violent acts in those. I mean, whether if it's self-harm, you know, patients try to attack staff, but you know, a lot of that stuff it's like, you know, they got a mental disability to where, like, bro, they don't know that they're acting out violently.
Right.
You know what I mean? Psychologically, they just don't know. So I think number one would definitely have to be the disrespect, though. I have to say that disrespect.
You know, you brought up a point with, well, first let me say this. You said something that's very key, and I absolutely 100% agree with you when you said it's not just one particular cause, but it is many. And two of them that you brought up, I didn't even think about when you were talking about, with the first one you were saying, the egos. The pride, the respect, you know, I'll die for my respect. I'll die for my pride, you know. That is a big, I think that plays a part in a lot of the violence that we see. When you look at the cases, especially when you're talking about street crime, you know, street violence, a lot of it has to do with dying for their respect. Dying for their pride. I don't want to be seen as no punk, you know, things of that nature. And so it's I mean, I get it. But then at the same hand, it's like, okay, you gonna die for your respect, you're gonna die for your pride, but the point is you died.
Yeah.
Like, you
but
can't
that was the
none.
goal. And that's crazy thing about it, like, brother, why would anybody want that to be the goal?
Right.
Like,
you
bro,
know,
like, I'm willing to literally put my life in jeopardy for whatever reason.
For respect.
I mean, especially,
I won't even say for more so for that pride, because you know, there's a thing about, look, I'm very myself, you know, I'm a person, my name is everything.
Yeah.
And you know, I tell my wife, I tell the kids, you know, my name is everything. That's why I protect it with all that's in me. it's a respect thing. Now that pride, that's a little different. I'm not a prideful person. You can keep that.
I can say I'm a prideful person.
I'm not, but it's just one of the things I don't.
And I, cause like I said again, I mean, I'm just not. I just not a violent person. I just don't feel like violence is necessary.
Right.
It's, in my opinion, is very unnecessary. I don't feel like. And another thing that I've learned working in the mental health field is being very, very good at being great at. Being very great at verbal de-escalation.
Right.
Being able to talk a highly emotional situation back
down. Right.
You
and
know
I
what
got
mean?
it. And I'm very good at that as well. Which everybody who knows me, that's one thing I do pride myself on is I think I'm a pretty good communicator.
Yeah.
To where I can tell you what's on my mind. I can usually and I'm not just a person who can communicate your faults or what I see you did wrong, but I also do that with myself. I actually do myself first before I even come at anybody. That's me. But you have a lot of people that ain't like that. Who can't see that side.
And there's a lot of other little factors too. You know what I mean? Like, violence is, people get instigated into stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you think about, the world we live in and what get broadcast the most.
Right.
The violence
Right.
stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people, get the clicks for.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So like, I also do think like those things do play a part. Then, you got the some who believe that, okay, this was kind of one of these things that we had to inherit due to our ancestors and our previous history in the past and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We had to grow up to be violent people and stuff like that.
Right.
And so I'm pretty sure all of those things play a factor.
Right.
But ultimately to make the choice to say, hey, I'm going to handle and go about this any kind of situation. Not saying that there's no situation that don't justify violence. Because you come after me and mine. It's like I say, bro, I'm not a violent person at all.
But see,
to protect myself, I will be violent.
At that point, and see, that's where I'm at with it. Like, you see me smiling a lot, but you mess around and hit the wrong button. And when I say the wrong button, you come after my wife, you come after my family. You gonna see how violent I really can be. But see, at that point, you're dying for a bigger purpose versus, it's
just my pride,
just
or my ego,
pride or my ego.
Disrespected in such a way.
So it's like, but it's too many times where you see people just dying for their pride or dying for their ego.
Unstable emotions too, dog.
Man.
People who got real bad emotional.
And see, that was the other thing I was gonna bring up that you were saying when you talked about. And I want to do an episode on this one day, the mental health aspect.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at mental health,
mm-hmm.
you was talking about the people that you used to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, my wife does the same job. She tends to people with mental health issues.
Yeah, disabilities and stuff.
Mental disabilities. But we both know that there are a lot of people who go undiagnosed.
Yep.
And they don't know why they have the rages that they do,
mm-hmm.
or things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just get called violent or crazy or whatever, when really they're sick.
Yeah, it's a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
Somewhere. I don't know all the exact science on it, but it's definitely a chemical imbalance there. That causes people to act out.
Mm-hmm.
In aggressive manners.
Right.
The sad thing about it, though, the violent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As a whole, is they're like, well, and I guess this is kind of more directed more towards our community. Is that, bro, like what I kind of mentioned earlier, like, bro, we take so much pride in it.
We do.
Acting violent. I mean,
We
that,
do.
like that proves so much.
We do.
When it don't prove little to nothing.
Absolutely.
Like, bro, we got to let people know we ain't soft.
Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, like we would go the extra mile. Like, bro, what always bothered me, bro, was when it comes down to like violence or anger or just being sour about stuff, is that people will go the extra mile, bro, to express it.
Right.
Like, it got to be the first thing that they immediately get angry.
Right.
They immediately want to get violent.
Right.
Like, why is that like the very first emotion?
Exactly. And here's the thing about it is we will go, like you said, the extra mile to show that we're not a punk or to go to that level, but we won't take the time to understand. We won't take the time to resolve none of that.
Oh, man, preach, man.
You know what I mean?
Preach,
and so
man.
it's like crazy. And I wish that and I'm just gonna speak on my people, you know, our community. I wish we took as much energy as we put into showing that we're hard, we the best, we the baddest thing out here. I wish we would take that same energy to resolve, to show another side.
Bro.
It's just so much.
Listen, I'm gonna make it even easier. Let's not say the same amount of energy. Take a fraction of that energy,
just a fraction,
that you would use to want to prove how big and bad you are to somebody, and make somebody smile with that.
Right.
Make yourself smile. It ain't got to be a stranger. Make yourself smile with that.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
make yourself better.
Yeah, give yourself that same energy.
Right.
That you would want to express, you know what I mean, doing something violent or something crazy, and do something else with that. Like give your other emotions that same energy.
Right.
Like, go that extra mile to smile. Go that extra mile to laugh. Go that extra mile to care about yourself.
Right.
Now, I mean, let's start there. Let's start there. Before, like, I think we mentioned this in one of the previous episodes. I forgot the exact topic we was asking. Do we ever think it was going to change?
Yeah, there was an incident that happened with.
And I said no, but I felt like it would have to start with us.
Right.
Bro, it boils right back down to that again. I don't want to sound like a broken record. But, like, bro, until we take it upon ourselves, like I say, start with ourselves. Like,
right.
And I'm talking about me, Brian, here, B-Mac. Now, I mean, you've been in the sound voice. I'm literally be talking about myself. That's why, like I mentioned earlier, I like being solid and like quiet to where like I can figure out these things.
Right.
I mean, what it is about myself to be better. I mean, that I can smile a little bit more. That I can make somebody laugh a little bit more. I can make somebody's life a little bit lighter. I mean, not saying I got to go change it. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like what keeps me young is the fact that I love to laugh.
Exactly.
I love to laugh. I would choose to laugh than anything else. Like, I would choose to laugh than be angry.
Right.
I would choose to laugh than cry at sometimes. Like, I would choose, every time I feel like I'm feeling the emotion that I really don't like, I give my max effort on trying to make myself laugh.
Exactly.
Like, that's my number one mood switcher flipper automatically.
And we got, I think we really need it. Let me tell you something. While I was waiting on you to get here, absolutely true. While I was waiting for you to get here, I got Spotify. And this time of year, they come up with they do like a wrap up or something like that. And so basically what the wrap up is, it shows what you listen to the most, who ranks number 1, number 2, number 3, shows your most popular song that you listen to, things of that nature. So I just got curious and I just hit the wrap up, and it gave me a list, and I mean they got it down to the minutes and the seconds, all that of what I listen to. Yeah, it's pretty dope, and it will sometimes surprise you.
Yeah, to actually see the physical
what
analytics
you
of
listen
it.
to, you know. So after they did all the calculations and everything, they said the number one artist I've listened to this year was Lavelle Crawford. Lavelle Crawford, the comedian.
Well, you spoke highly of him,
Yeah.
not too long ago, bro. You say you spend a lot of time listening to his stuff too.
That's the number one thing I listen to. Now, and when you said, you like to laugh, I love to laugh.
Yeah.
Now, it could have easily been, I don't know, NBA Youngboy or something, because I think it does, what you listen to plays a part in how you feel.
Hey, and this just, I wasn't gonna mention this, but y'all getting a little secret sauce of this, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be surprising to you too. But that's a topic for an episode that I want to have. The importance on guarding the senses of your spirit, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
What you see, what you're listening to,
right?
What you hear, what you eat, all of that stuff. But like I said again, I don't want to give too much because that's gonna be for a future episode. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned.
Absolutely. But yeah, it does play a part, and so it's people wonder why there's so much violence. You got to look at you first. Yeah, you know what I mean.
A lot of us ain't in tune with ourselves.
Yeah, what are you ingesting? But here's another reason I think there's so much violence. I think there's two things. Number one is, I believe America isn't a place to dream anymore.
Oh, don't say that, man. I'm a dreamer, dog.
I know you're a dreamer.
I'm a dreamer, bro. Don't raid over parade. Don't raid
got
over.
It. But look, listen, feel me on this now.
Yes, sir.
America, they always used to clout how this is the land of opportunity.
Yeah.
Them opportunities are drying up very quickly.
I agree.
If you look at how things were in the 70s, in the 80s, particularly and I don't want to make this a race thing, but you cannot make it a race thing without and be truthful about it. You understand what I mean? Like you got to include it in some parts.
Bro, let's keep it simple. Being black is very different.
It's
not.
It's
we don't
very
go. We
different.
don't have the same rules everybody else go by.
We don't. But so you're looking at it, and you're looking at society today, and everything that people are dealing with. You got a lot of people who are angry.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people who I don't know if you remember when the McDonald's commercial came out with Calvin. I don't know if you ever seen that commercial.
Yeah. The manager.
Yeah. He made manager. He just kept working hard. And
yeah.
You can't. That ain't happening like that no more. Like you putting in all this work, and now, they firing you for no reason. You putting in all this work now, and places are closing. You putting in all this work now, and inflation eats up your check before you can get anything. It's so much going on with the economy, with the stance that some people in America have taken, whether it be in the community or people in high places, till it's like the dream that everybody used to talk about is dead. Is dead. No, it's just dead. Like,
I feel like it's different.
If I want to be successful now,
you got to be different.
You got to be different. But how do you do different? And see, that's what it comes to. You got a lot of people who say, okay, I recognize I can't do the same thing that maybe mama and them did, or maybe even my older brother did, or older sister did. But how do I get a piece of what's out there? Because I can't find it. So what happens is a lot of people turn to the streets, or they turn to illegal activity that leads to violence. It's just crazy. And so even when you have someone doing well, now you got people mad because you doing well. Because you decide to be different. And your plan worked. Theirs didn't. And so it's just a whole bunch out there.
And that's a misconception right there. Like, and the thing is, I mean, even when it came down to that last statement you just made, when it's like, then your plan worked and his didn't. It's like, only way that statement would be true, bro, if you quit. My time may just be right now, but we don't all function and operate on the same time. And
that's true.
Like it may take me 6, 7, 8 years to really grasp what it is that I'm trying to do and perform at a great level for an extended period of time.
Right.
Compared to somebody who would get it in like, maybe a year or so.
And I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Everybody's timing isn't different. I mean, it isn't the same. It's everybody's timing is different. I get it. But you gotta understand, we live in a microwave society now.
Yeah, I think that's a big part.
It's like
right there,
if I don't get it, and it's like, you wanna be one of those people that say I'll hold on, but this world ain't holding on.
I got a question.
Absolutely.
Where do you think that come from? That outside of social media, where does this "it has to happen right now" come from? Because if you think about it, there's nothing that, even if you go back to like our what we all been through, we all went to school for 12 years if you live here in the U.S.
Right.
And for the ones who chose a career path that requires a particular education, you also committed that time and effort, test and money to then prolong your education, to go further in your education.
Right.
So that's 12 plus, depending on the career path you choose. That's 12. Come on. 12 plus at least 4 more years.
Right.
I mean, like I said again, depending on what career path you chose. So none of that seems fast. None of that's like instant.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I guess if it wasn't really like taught to us, like we're in the institution, quote unquote, rather if the school, work, or job, it's not meant or wasn't shown for it to be instant. Where does this instant gratification, this instant right now come from?
I have a theory on that, and we're gonna switch up the conversation just a little bit. By the way, that was Kirk Franklin. No, that was Byron Cage. That's an alarm I had that was going off, so don't pay attention to that. But anyway,
no, that's just a praise break.
Exactly.
That's all that was.
You better say that. But so listen. So we were talking about the violence in America. But he asked a good question. Where does this instant gratification come from? This is what I feel. I've thought about this often, actually, for years. I think it comes from the fact that they keep moving the goalposts, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is they keep whoever, I don't know if you want to call, if you want to call him the man, if you want to call him,
we can label him anything.
It
don't matter.
But the goalposts, the requirements for success keep moving, and I think that's the problem, because you talk about, so back when, our parents were in school or whatever, if you had if you went to college, got your degree, 9 times out of 10,
you were more likely to succeed.
Exactly.
Back in those days, you go to school,
absolutely.
Get your degree. You was quote unquote back in those days, which they was right back in those days. The ones who did went to school, got an education. The ones who did went to college. Those were statistically the ones making the most money.
Absolutely.
The ones who had statistically I mean, well, next to like the industrial. I mean, when they got into, well, that's way, way, way back. That's like what,
Right.
the '60s on the industrial era came in, like
Right.
Ford and
Yeah, so you're looking at the 50s and 60s.
somewhere
yeah.
back in those times. So,
But so even with that, so you're looking at college graduates normally were successful.
mm-hmm.
You were back in those days. If you got into the industrial side, like you was talking about, with Ford, GM,
Mm-hmm.
certain companies
the
like
assembly
that,
line,
the
stuff.
assembly line stuff, you were guaranteed a pretty good life.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is.
That's the 40 years in the gold Rolex.
Right. Companies tried to keep you.
Mm-hmm.
Companies tried to do right by you.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is now. You got people who go to school for 8 years after high school, getting the masters and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find a job. You got people who would normally work the industrial side.
You got machines doing that now.
You got machines doing that. And then not even that, but here's the most disrespectful part of it to me is you got me working here. And then all of a sudden, within a month, you say, oh, by the way, we're going overseas. Okay, so now I'm out of it. I mean, and no notice. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've read articles where this company was here, and then one day they saw a notice on the door, we're closed permanently. So,
no severance pay.
And then I can tell you from experience myself that I've been at companies who have had that person who's been faithful to the job,
Mm-hmm.
always there. I mean, don't miss a day where you got to stretch them out for them to miss.
Yeah.
And then right when they get invested or getting to the place where they can retire, they fire because they don't want to pay them that high salary no more.
Yeah.
So
for them not to pay them the high salary and them not have to contribute to the company anymore.
Exactly. So when you ask
Cheaper to get a younger
the
buck.
instant gratification, it's the thing of I can't trust that you're gonna be here long enough. I can't trust that you're gonna be faithful to me. I can't trust that you're gonna be you're gonna be loyal to me like you want me to be loyal to you. Okay. So now I gotta make my own way. It's and that's why the point I gave was there's no more American dream. Because America, to me as a whole, they don't have one. They really don't have one. The American dream is get the money while you can.
Yeah, boy, I'm about to say, get it while it's hot.
Exactly. So how do you do that if you're trying to be, you trying to be patient and work your way up the ladder and all that? I mean, it just don't work no more.
Yeah, no, that way is gone, bro. Those days are long gone. And I know we're supposed to be talking about violence and we'll get ready there, but yeah, those days long gone, brother.
Right.
Long gone, man.
So how do you tell somebody? Because here's my question, and I've talked to a gentleman about this, because one day I do want to talk about. So here's my question. I won't even go to that. Here's my question. I know a lot of drug dealers. Okay. Make pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Make really good. How do I convince them to stop dealing drugs?
You can't.
And find a regular job.
You can't.
You can't.
But being a guy that also has known some drug dealers, bro, the closest answer I can get to that, if I was to try to answer that realistically, that makes the most sense to me. And if I was a drug dealer and I had a friend of mine that's like, man, look, man, Brian, man, I care about you too much for you to be out here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you better be coming with me with something other than a doggone job.
Exactly.
Now, if you got like, if you be like, hey, Brian, man, look, man, I learned this skill, bro. I mean, where you can, flip houses up, or we can buy this property right here, and then, you know what I mean, we can get the equity up in it. Then after a few years, we renovate it, we can sell it, and we can flip it. Do it 2 or 3 more times. Then, bro, like, you ain't never got to do it again. You're going to have to come at them with a plan.
You got to. But so with things how they are,
and that's just the start. They ain't gonna say that they're gonna be with that plan.
Exactly. But with things how they are, I can't tell a drug dealer.
No, I'm damn near want to tell him to put me on. Why you play?
Man, listen.
Why you play?
You need me to drive what to where? Look, boy, hey. But see, that's my point.
Hey,
so, we talk about instant gratification. I can't tell this man to stop what he doing and you know, let's just do it legit and work our way up the ladder and because I mean, look, if you really look at, man, we done got also, but look, this is good. So if you read some of the stories, some of the documentaries of some of the biggest drug dealers that's ever been in the U.S., all of them have the same story. Most of them, I won't say all. Most of them have the same story.
Similar.
I tried to do it legit. They wouldn't let me in. So this is what I had to do in order to make things happen. A lot of them have that story.
Yeah, a lot of them justify it that way. You know, I mean, and like I said again, I ain't the higher power above. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta take that out with the man upstairs. But you know, justification on doing something like that. You feel what I'm saying? Some people's gonna say, you know, you got your some people believe like, but there's no excuse for something like that. And then you know, you got the ones who like, look, bro, I had no other choice. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
And I'll say like Chris Rock. Like Chris Rock did this special one time, and he was I can't remember which special it was, but he was talking about OJ and all the things that OJ did, you know, and he was like, I ain't saying he should have killed her, but I understand.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
so I'm kind of like that. Like, I'm not saying you should do what you're doing.
Yeah.
But, bruh, I do understand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's just crazy out here.
Yeah. And, you better come at with me with more than a job, boy. You try to get me out there making that kind of money as fast as I do. Ain't got to deal with no bosses, man. No co-work, man.
Right.
Man, who? Bro, you start looking at the pros and the cons, after a while, bro, you be like, boy, the risk don't seem too worth it.
Okay.
Too
bad.
Too bad to take, man.
Too bad. So listen, I had another point, but we are at the deadline right now. So here's what I say. I believe, just based on our conversation today, number one is ego.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that got egos, which causes a lot of people to die for nothing, really. But then, secondly, if we want the violence to stop in America,
we gotta stop being so goddamn disrespectful.
We gotta stop being disrespectful. But I believe that, you know, there needs to be more opportunity out here for everybody. And I can already hear somebody saying, well, there's plenty of opportunities. I mean, all you got to do is look it up and da-da-da. Okay, well, listen. See, I was about to name somebody. But listen, there may be opportunities, but they're not being publicized. Now, whose fault is that? Whoever's providing the opportunities are not publicizing the opportunities. And so when a person feel like he has no opportunity, he's going to resort to violence.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
I mean, yes, I'm going to resort to violence.
If you say there's so many opportunities out there, and there's plenty of people who have came and said there's plenty of opportunity. This is the land of opportunity. Okay, then why don't we know about it? Why is it that certain sectors don't know about these opportunities?
I think more so now, if I had to take a jab at that though, I think more now, man, the opportunities are now being created, bro. You got to go out there and create your opportunity. I mean, now these days, bro, we live in a time where, bro, you can really create the opportunities you want. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, now do I know the sauce to it? No, I don't. Because if I did,
So
things would be different.
We need the sauce.
But I mean,
we need somebody to help us cook.
No, but how I'm gonna tell you how the old people tell you how they cook, learn how to cook. Trial and error. Get in there and burn something up. You're gonna do it eventually. The next thing you know.
That's what some of them are doing. They doing trial and error.
Yeah.
But you don't like how they trying.
Hey.
You know, see what I'm saying? So if you
have to make it have to make sense though. Like, I mean, when you're giving your efforts, you're giving your efforts out there, whatever it is that you're here trying to do. I mean, I know all of us want a better life for ourselves.
Everybody wants a better life.
Everybody wants a
white,
better life.
White, black, rich, poor, don't matter. Everybody wants a better life.
That's one thing where race really don't matter.
It don't.
I mean, we all want a better life for ourselves. Sadly to say, even for myself, took a very long time to figure out what could Brian even do to even much create. First, Brian had to figure out what it is exactly what he wanted to create with himself.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Now, I mean, once that has been established, that's kind of like that piercing to that faucet of thoughts.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now these certain other questions can start to be formed and asked, and then you might not know the answer to a lot of these questions, but the questions are good.
Right.
Now, I mean, as long as you can continue to ask yourself some questions and stuff like, well, dang, how I go about it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Has it been done? Now, when I get to this, the one I was just about to say, has it been done? 9 times out of 10, there's an old saying said there's nothing new under the sun, or something like that. So there is some kind of way, some kind of how determined you are, man. Like some people just there is no excuse,
right,
to why they don't get it. You know what I mean? There are some people that say, hey, and I'm not saying neither one of these people are wrong or no right, but you just have different sets of people out here. You just have people that say that I ain't gonna take no for an answer.
Right.
Then you got the ones out here that that may have been put in a good situation, may have knew the right people.
Knew the right people.
You feel
knew
what I'm
the
saying?
Information.
And I mean, but then you got the ones out here, like I say again, there ain't no opportunity out here. They go out there and they create it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you got to kind of find yourself. And if I had to guess and say in one of those three, like, bro, are you gonna be one of the ones that's gonna be like, well, I knew for me, I had to find a formula that worked for someone else, and I knew I had to learn it. So that's the route that I took. It's like, oh, okay, this person is able to do this. Oh, okay, he teaching how to do this. Oh, okay, bet. Let me learn it.
Right.
Like, let me see what do I have to learn to be able to attain these things that this person may
and
have.
That's good that you say, and that's my point. It's not so much. Look, some people often think that everybody wants something given to them. I don't want it given to me.
No,
I'll earn it, but help me. I mean,
please,
just help. Right, just help me. Listen, we got to go, but let me just say this. I'll just say this piece, and then because we almost into an hour right now. But so this is what I'll say. There was a gentleman I saw on Facebook videos, whatever they call it, the shorts, whatever they call it. Anyway, he was on there, and is a black gentleman, and he was talking about these black kids. He was looking at their grades, and these kids were like smart. I mean, like smart. And this isn't overseas. This is right here in the U.S. Smart as a whip. Got the grades to prove it. 3.9, 4.0, stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff that I said I wished I want.
Right, which I did. But so he's like, how do you have these grades and don't have no scholarship? And it was like, well,
what the hell is a scholarship?
Where do you get the scholarship from? So he goes to the guidance counselor. Guidance counselor got all the scholarship information, but it was never showed to these black kids like they're shown to the white kids. And I'm not really making this a race thing. What I'm showing you is the fact that some people have the information, and some people don't. So what he ended up doing was giving these black kids the information. And now they can go to college. Now they can better themselves. But if he had not stepped in to show them that information, there's no telling what would have happened. You know, even a couple of them that did have a scholarship, they had exactly that, a scholarship. When you got a 4.0, you can have your whole school paid for, but no one tells them that. And my point in saying all of this is, some people just don't want you to give us it. Just show us where the information is. You know, let's just make it fair. You want to stop the violence and stop people from making bad decisions? Give us another route. Show us another route. That's all I'm saying.
You got to give them another route, man.
Hey, listen, we got to go. Hope you enjoyed the talk, and we'll be back with closing remarks. All right. Well, here we are at the end of another great show. Hope you enjoyed the talk on today, and I hope it opened a lot of eyes on the day. I know the grown and thrown off topic we was talking about, you know, why is there so much violence, but it really went into some other things that really need to be discussed. Like why, you know, nobody wants to wait anymore. You know, what's with the instant gratification, and all that really plays a part into, you know, why there is the violence.
Yeah, I feel like all of that there's some accountability when it comes down to those other aspects to why. I mean, especially the little things that we did touch on.
Right.
It does ties into, why like the violence is kind of at such a high rate.
Right. You know, it's. I think we just. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go into the closing remarks. I believe that the violence on the street is just a mirror of what's going on in the government. I really do. It's cutthroat. That's what it is. It's cutthroat everywhere. So if it's like that up at the head, what do you expect the streets to look like? But anyway, let's go with closing remarks. Here's my closing remarks, people. As we were talking on today, you know, there's a lot of people who just can't do like they want to do. There's a lot of people who are looking for a better way. They're looking for better opportunities. And it's not that people want to be given certain things. We don't want to just be given certain things as far as like a charity or anything. But we just need a little help. We need a little direction. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge everybody who has direction, who has, as we call it, the secret sauce. Anybody who has any knowledge that would help someone else, teach them. Offer it. There's a lot of us that have skills that you know other people could use. We have knowledge that other people could use. And I think we do society as well as our brothers a disservice when we don't share it. Let's stop thinking about building our own brand, and how about building a legacy? I know that sounded like I might have been talking about the same thing, but it's two different things. Don't worry about building your brand so much, and build a legacy. What do you want your legacy to be? Do you want it to be that you would just all this by yourself? Or do you want to build a legacy that help your people, your brother and your sister? That's all I'm saying. So until next time, you all be safe, be good. Subscribe to us. We'll check you out later.